Hey guys, it's Paige Poppe. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. I have an exciting video to share with you. I do want to say, if you happen to be new here, hello and welcome. My name is Paige. I'm an artist and a designer, and today's video is going to be focused around a book that I am really loving, or maybe a journal you could call it. And as a little preface, you guys know I am always looking for new ways to explore creatively. You guys know I'm a big fan of reflecting and taking time to kind of look within and see what's on the horizon and kind of like check in with yourself and see what you have coming. And I also love documentation. So for me, that typically comes in photos and videos and documenting my artwork. I'm not a big writer, but I have found something that is allowing me to creatively explore, as I mentioned, but through writing. And there are some visual elements in there, but it's a big deal if a book can actually get me to like sit down and not be running around all the time and take some time to write. So that book is none other than Start Where You Are by Mira Lee Patel. And I called it a book, but it is a journal for self-exploration. And just the cover alone drew me in, of course, because it is watercolor. And this has been a really fun thing to play with. Today, I mainly want to give you guys a review of this and walk you through it a little bit and tell you why I've been enjoying it. So I have a couple copies of this, so if I'm flipping through it and you're like, it's all blank, are you even using it? I have like written some things in some copies and some things in the other, because I have a copy here in Minnesota and one in Arizona. What you will see when you open this and what you'll come across is that every page has both a art piece, lettered quote. Sometimes it includes an illustration by Mira. Sometimes it will be, you know, just words. But then on every adjoining page, you are getting a little prompt. And sometimes it's drawing, but a lot of times you are prompted to write something. And I think that this is a pretty unique concept for a prompt journal, because you're not just prompted to like talk about things in the moment or do silly things. It's a lot about like looking within yourself, starting from where you are, of course, but also kind of like checking in with yourself and seeing what kind of changes you can make toward the future. It's not like pushing you so much to have these like super lofty goals or anything. I feel like the main goal is really just for you to get to know yourself a little bit better, maybe like tweak things, or maybe like realize something about yourself that you didn't before. It's not like this huge thing where it's like after you finish this book you'll be like motivated to, you know, start your own business or something like that. I think there's a lot of like business content books on the market right now. This is really just about like getting to know yourself personally, which I think is pretty special. And I want to read you guys some of the prompts, and I'm going to start with one that I really enjoyed. So first of all, it says, "We become what we think about." So all of these quotes relate to the prompt on the adjacent page, and these are beautiful. These are like frameable in my opinion. So for this one that I really enjoyed, I actually filled this one out yesterday morning, and it says, "What are your 3 most frequent thoughts?" So before I get into it, I just really enjoy this book because, like I said, I don't like slow down a lot, and I think we all have the habit of waking up and just checking our phone, and then, you know, we get started for the day and we're already looking at our email, we're already answering email. And that kind of relates to how I answered these prompts, but I feel like we just go from like wake up, digital, digital, digital all day, and then I'm like working all day, and then like we watch TV or we watch a movie or we look at YouTube, and so it's just like a lot of screen time. So what I have found with this is it has really prompted me to have less screen time. So yesterday, for example, I woke up and worked on this page, and I realized it was just a really lovely start to my morning. And I feel like when you look back on your day, it's just more segmented, because you think, okay, I woke up and I did some journaling, and then I had my breakfast and my coffee, and then I got ready for the day, and then I got into my work. You know what I mean? It just adds a little extra something, a little peacefulness, a little mindfulness. That's also a really great way to describe this book That is the word I should have used, mindfulness. It's really about being mindful with with yourself and who you are. So anyway, this prompt says, what are your 3 most frequent thoughts? And then halfway through it says, what do you wish they would be? And this page really stuck out to me because I was like, whoa, you really have the opportunity here to change your mindset. As I was just saying, digital detox. I realized that one of my most frequent thoughts is I need to reply to emails. And then I wrote a note here, oh my God, this immediately popped into my head and is so true. Terrible. And it really is. Like when I think about my life, I do not want that to be one of the biggest thoughts in my head. And then for the second part, what do you wish they would be? You know, I wish my thoughts were more focused on my art, my creativity, which many of them are. I'm not complaining, but I feel like they should almost swap places. The art should be the focus, the email comes second. So after I wrote this down, I just kind of thought about my day and I'm like, you know, what could I be doing to help that? And I know a lot of people have like set times of day, like maybe they only answer email at like 9 and 3, which I think is genius because then you just segment your brain and tell it like, okay, these are the times we're gonna talk about email and otherwise we're gonna focus on the art or the client projects or whatever. So I felt like sharing that page was really healthy because it related to my morning routine and it started changing my mindset. And I know I just said it's not a business book and I applied it to something in my business, but that's a huge part of my life because I'm the one running the show. And I must say too, some of my thoughts were really positive. That was like one negative example. I just really like thinking positivity and our negativity. Most of it is within our control, and I think that this book gives you some pause and time to do that. There's so much good stuff in here. Like this page, I wrote out a full page. I cannot even remember the last time I sat down and did a full page of journaling. It's just not typical of me, but these questions will get you thinking. This one said, think of a major transformation you've been through and chronicle it here. And then the adjacent page that goes along with it says, I knew who I was this morning, but I've changed a few times since then, which I think is cool because we're always changing, but it also is like a nod back to us being able to change our outlook on things. So I think it's really positive, and even if you're not going to sit down and journal, you could just open to a random page and read one of these quotes here and reflect on it, and maybe one will speak to you that day. So those are just a few of my thoughts. Obviously, there is so much that you could dive into with this journal, and I've only been scratching the surface, but it's really been changing my morning routine in a really healthy, peaceful, enjoyable way, and I'm feeling good about having this in my life. I actually have something exciting to share. I have teamed up with Penguin to give away a couple of copies of this to you guys, which is so fun. I don't think we've done a giveaway here on my channel in a while. So 2 of you will be winning this book and getting it in your hands, and you can enjoy it and see for yourself what I am talking about. If you would like to enter, here's what you need to do. I ask that you follow me on Instagram, and when this video goes live, there is going to be an Instagram post up that looks like this. Go to that post and let me know. Let's pull from the book to get a prompt here. I want you to let me know 3 things that make you really happy, because this page here says list your sources of the following: happiness, love, courage, friendship, strength, and laughter. And then you can fill in a few things. So comment on there and let me know 3 things that make you happy, and I think that'll make me happy just reading them. So I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. The giveaway will be live for a week, and then in a week's time I will pick 2 winners randomly, totally random. I'm not gonna like judge you based on what makes you happy, and then I will be in touch, and Penguin will send you a copy of Start Where You Are, and you will have one for yourself, and I hope that it affects you positively in the way it has for me. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sending all of my positive and creative vibes your way, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.